So today, we're going to put a 1-minute ad under the microscope and see how it manages to tell a complete story from start to finish. Let's break it down. So this is the big question, right? How in the world do you build a world, create a real conflict, and then find a resolution all in just 60 seconds? I mean, that's barely enough time to make a cup of coffee. It sounds almost impossible, but it's this little masterclass in storytelling that's happening all around us every single day. Okay, so to figure this out, we're going to deconstruct an ad for a business management app called RETTEN. We're literally going to map out its entire story arc, and you'll see the hidden structure that makes it tick. I mean, think about it. In an ad that's only 60 seconds long, there is zero room for filler. None. Every single second has to do some heavy lifting. It's this amazing exercise in storytelling efficiency. Each moment is like its own little chapter, just pushing that story forward. And the structure is actually pretty simple. It follows a classic story arc. It's just super compressed. So it kicks off by setting up the problem in the first 20 seconds. Then, bam, it introduces the hero, which is the product. After that, we see the success, the resolution, and it all wraps up with the ask in those final few seconds. This right here, this is our roadmap for the whole breakdown.
All right, so let's start at the beginning, the hook. You know, every great story, especially one this short, has gotta grab you right away. And the absolute fastest way to do that, you present a problem that feels real, familiar, and yeah, a little bit painful.
In the marketing world, they call this the pain point. And notice something really important here. The ad doesn't start by talking about itself. Nope, it starts by showing us a situation that's just stressful and frustrating. For these first 20 seconds, the whole goal is just to make you lean in and go, oh, yeah, I know exactly how that feels. And then you get this one line that just crystallizes the whole problem. The boss isn't just annoyed, he's genuinely frustrated. And the key word here is again. That one little word tells you everything. This isn't a one-off mistake. It's a constant, nagging problem. And just like that, the stakes are set. And look at how they layer this feeling of chaos. It's not just one thing going wrong, right? You see the messy paper receipts, you see the human error of a forgotten sale, and you can almost feel the cashier's anxiety and the boss's frustration. It all builds up to that one core business problem. The data is wrong. It's just a perfect storm of small business stress all packed into a few seconds. Okay, so the conflict is set, the tension is there, now the story needs a turning point. And this is where the ad makes its pivot, by introducing its hero. And here's that pivot in action. The ad just shifts completely, both visually and thematically, from that negative state over to the positive solution. All that mess and worry, it's instantly replaced with digital sync and confidence. It's a total classic before and after, and it works so well because the contrast is just so clear. You know, this technique actually has a name. It's called product as hero. The app, RETTEN, isn't just shown as some tool. No, it's positioned as the character that swoops in and saves the day. It's the thing that single-handedly solves the problem that the people in the ad were struggling with. And that makes the product feel not just useful, but absolutely essential. And the narrator is super direct about it. This isn't some subtle hint. It's a full-on formal introduction. Meet RETTEN. The ad is basically saying, hey, you remember that pain and frustration from a few seconds ago? Well, here's the solution. Okay, so the hero's on the scene. Now we get to see the result. This is the payoff, the resolution to our little 60-second story where we get to see that world transform from total chaos to calm. And this part is so important. The ad doesn't just start listing off features like data sync or cloud backup. It sells the feeling that those features create. We're talking relief, confidence, control. That's the emotional payoff. And honestly, that's what people are really buying. Then the ad just gives us all this visual proof that things have changed. The boss's tablet updates instantly. The cashier isn't worried anymore. She's relaxed, confident. The boss is actually smiling. Even the customer gets a better experience. Every single loose end from that initial problem section is just neatly and satisfyingly tied up. In this tagline, it's so good because it wraps up the entire journey in just 6 words. Stop losing track. That reminds you of the problem. Start growing smarter. That points right to the awesome outcome we just saw. It's the whole story, just boiled down to one super memorable phrase. So we've just walked through this whole story, piece by piece. But what's the big takeaway here? Well, the secret is that this structure, it's not some one-off trick. It's a classic, repeatable formula for persuasion.
Yeah, what we've just broken down isn't just about how to make a clever ad. It's a fundamental blueprint for how to tell any persuasive story. I mean, whether you're selling something, pitching a new idea, or heck, even trying to win an argument, this is a pattern that once you see it, you'll start to see it everywhere. And here it is, laid out in 4 simple steps. Step 1, you hook them with a problem they can relate to. That's your pain point. Step 2, introduce your solution as the hero of the story. Step 3, show the positive transformation. Don't just talk about it, show it. And finally, step 4, give your audience a clear next step. That's the call to action. Problem, solution, result, action. It's really that simple, and it is incredibly powerful. So, next time you're watching a movie trailer, or you see a big product launch, or even just listen to a speech, keep an eye out for this pattern. Because now that you know the formula, I guarantee you're going to start seeing these tiny, powerful stories absolutely everywhere. The only question is, what are you going to notice first?